I'm appalled that the reaction on Wall Street to Tuesday's election is record highs for bank stocks as the industry rallies on the news of a massive, destabilizing, lawless agenda. But let me be clear, short-lived increases in the stock market are not the same as real, hard-earned economic growth. And the demise of the regulations that Wall Street is cheering are the very regulations that have made our consumers, investors, and economy safer and more resilient.
This is the market reaction that she was talking about. Stocks off to the races since President-elect Trump's victory. John, stocks hit record highs under President Obama, but it wasn't appalling then, now was it?
No, it wasn't. And is this the same Maxine Waters that took $12 million of TARP money and put it into a bank that she somehow just forgot she had a financial stake in? And the same one? She was later cleared on the ethics probe.
Yes,
but Maxine Waters talking about regulation is like Jesse James saying, don't worry about it. I'll watch the Wells Fargo car on the railroad. No problem at all. Look, Glass-Steagall should have never been repealed under President Clinton. The 2008 Dodd-Frank did nothing to deal with actually what caused the problem. The banks are rallying because Elizabeth Warren is not going to come into power and go after the big evil business.
And Hadley, I always look at it like Democrats very often see any kind of prosperity for people or becoming wealthy as, well, appalling.
You can take any number of economic indicators and tell a completely different story about the economy, and that's what we've seen happening from talking heads like those of us on this show. You know, we can cherry pick different data points, but the reality is Americans are having vastly different experiences. You know, this is a bifurcated economy where some people are doing okay, and other people are still struggling. Other people are out of work, and they're part of that record low labor force participation rate that we complain about often. But if we want to do something about that, then I agree we need long-term pro-growth policies, and that's going to do better for our economy, for our economic growth, and for markets than any short-term rally. So let's focus on the long-term picture here. It's going to be better if we can enact some of these pro-growth reforms.
Gary B., I know you're appalled by this rally.
It's horrible. I have refused to participate. That is what I'm doing as a trader. I'm just going to sit on the sidelines and let the stocks go up. But look, J.P. Morgan, as an example, went up during Obama's tenure 177%. During that same time, the market went up 150%. So Ms. Waters is incorrect in saying this is all just a Trump rally. Second of all, Hadley talked about a pro-growth environment. I 100% agree. I think the best way to do that is, once again, let the market dictate. I think there should be fewer regulations in the financial industry. In fact, during the financial crisis that we had back in 2008, I would have been happy if hundreds of banks had gone out of business. That's the way it works. Instead, we stepped in as a government to protect them and let the ones that were too big to not fail, we didn't let them fail. We're getting back to that same point now. We'll probably have some other crisis. I say let the next, whatever it is, Citibank, Bank of America, fail. That's called creative destruction. That's what we should have. That's what we're working against.
The Democrats are bugged, Jonas, though, by the rally in the financial stocks, the rally in the energy stocks. Those are two industries they hate unless they're getting political contributions.
They were briefly really psyched when the futures tanked right after the election.
It was so exciting.
It turned around, and now it's so bad.
I was like, finally, some good news tonight.
I know. You guys had about 8 minutes in aftermarket trade. We were all pumped up. Look, the bottom line is the financials as a sector have done lousy compared to other sectors. Obama has and other people have hurt that sector with regulation.
Not since the election. You're talking about under Obama.
If you look at the financial sector versus the healthcare sector, which has benefited hugely from Obamacare, from mandating people get health insurance, that is a huge market difference based on regulatory environments. One is sending money one way and one is taking and causing rules. So that unwind is going to hurt certain healthcare stocks. It's helped biotech stocks since the election because Clinton's not going to be limiting the prices they're going to charge on drugs. So you're seeing a lot of action taking place. But in general, less regulation is good for these stocks, and neither of these parties is going to do much.
Jess, I know you were not rooting for a financial market collapse.
Like 20 minutes of it. And then I was relieved to see it was a terrible night. So at least I thought there'd be an effect. Same thing after Brexit, that there was a tank and then it came back. And yes, the market will always regulate, but I understand concerns over what Donald Trump has talked about in terms of getting rid of Dodd-Frank and how he's going to be deregulating. And this is a bipartisan issue. This isn't just Democrats who were upset about this. People across the aisle were concerned about making sure that Wall Street was reined in. So I think that's what Maxine Waters is.
How about let's all join hands and celebrate the optimism in the stock market, at least in the last almost 2 weeks? guys. Thank you.
Don't jinx it.